My name is Vinda Dwika Putri Hasibuan. Today I will tell the story of a woman of sincere faith, the first female martyr of cause of Allah. Under the title, Sumayyah, Little Flower of the Desert. A long time ago, before the world knew electricity or airplanes, in the barren land of Makkah, surrounded by rugged hills, lived a woman named Sumayyah binti Khayyat. She was neither a noble woman nor wealthy merchant. Sumayyah was only an old slave, her skin darkened by the burning sun, her body frail from hard labor, and her hands roughened by time. Yet behind that fragile frame, there was something stronger than steel, an unshakable faith. Sumayyah lived with her husband Yasir and their son Ammar. They lived a simple life, but their little home was always warm with love. Every morning, even before dawn broke, Sumayyah was already awake. She prepared water for her husband ablution, gently combed Ammar's hairs, and baked bread with hands soaked in prayer. "Do you are poor?" she once said as she looked into her son's face. "We still have love and honor." One afternoon, Ammar came home with shining eyes. He said, "Mother, Father, I heard a noble man speaking at the Kaabah. His name is Muhammad bin Abdullah. He brings a new teaching. He calls us to worship one God, Allah." Sumayyah fell silent. "One God?" she whispered, barely audible. "Without idols?" Ammar nodded with excitement. He said, "All people are equal, no slaves, no nobles, all are the same in the eyes of Allah." That night, Sumayyah looked up at the sky of Makkah. Among the thousands of stars, one light felt different, and in that quiet night, she knew her life now had direction. Alongside Yasir and Ammar, she embraced Islam. They became three of the first among the appraised to welcome the truth. But the truth often comes at a great price. News of their conversion spread quickly. The Quraysh were furious, especially Abu Jahal, a proud leader of the Quraysh. He was outraged that slaves dare defy the beliefs of their ancestors. Sumayyah was trapped into the desert. Her hands were tied. Her body left under the scorching sun. Her skin blistered, but her lips kept chanting, "Allahu Ahad, Allahu Ahad." Day after day, the torture continued, but Sumayyah never wavered. Even as whip tore her back, she smiled toward the sky, the smile of a woman who had chosen the path to paradise, though it was paved with pain. One day, Abu Jahal came to her. He stood before the weak but upright Sumayyah. "Oh Sumayyah," he sneered, "you're just a woman, unarmed, unprotected. Are you not afraid of me?" With shallow breath, Sumayyah lifted her head and with soft but steady voice, he replied, "I have Allah. You're just the one should fear, for I stand on the path of truth." Abu Jahal, rage exploded. He raised his spear and mercilessly stabbed so much in the spoon. Her blood soaked the sands her body filled, but as her eyes closed for the last time, that smile still remained, the smile of the martyr who had traded the word of paradise. When the Prophet Muhammad SAW heard of her death, he said, "Sabran ala Yasir, فَإِنَّ مَوْعِدَكُمُ الْجَنَّةِ. Be patient, O family of Yasir, for paradise is your promised reward. Sumayyah, she wasn't a queen. She wasn't queen. She never sat on throne. But history has written her name in gold. Children of the future remember her story. Women look up to her as a role model. Men bow their head in respect to her courage. Because Sumayyah taught the world that true strength lies not in the body, but the faith that never surrenders. And in the middle of the scorching desert, that little named Sumayyah blossomed and became eternal in the history of humankind. This story teaches us that sincere faith, even as small as a mustard seed, can shake the world. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.